Hi, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of I Live for This review with Trinity the Tuck and
Chantel Sparkles.
And today we have a very, very special guest. We don't normally do this, so it's a treat for you. She goes by the name of Sapphira Cristal.
Yes.
Hey y'all.
It's so good to see you. Your lips, girl, your skin is glowing. Your lips are all dewy.
Thank
Just
you. I had to get
done.
they said I was coming to see the girls. I had to get ready for the girls, honey. I didn't
Uh,
know y'all was gonna be in full geese though. Y'all are in
um,
beat back boots, bitches.
no,
Yeah. So
Chantel beat me, honey. She beat both of us, honey. Let her have
listen, we
it.
ain't been in drag for like how many weeks? I was like, let me give the children something to look at.
You look good.
Yeah,
Thank
you
you.
look
You look
real
good
good.
too.
You bitch. Speaking of bitch, look at this wig. Chantel had
That
worked it
hair.
out. This is a glitter bomb wig, honey.
It's giving bitch
Yes.
mohawk, honey. You look like a
Mhm.
villain, honey.
I am a villain. Well, we'll get into some villain conversation
I'm
soon.
excited, girl. This was
Woo!
good.
Oh,
Girl.
wait. But before we do, how we're going to do today's episode, since we don't normally have a guest, is we want to get to know Sophira a little bit, let you get to know her some. We have some fan questions that will be on Patreon. If you want to check those out, go to patreon.com/Trinity the Tuck. You can go check those out there. And let's dive in.
Let's do it.
Sophira, you're from season 16.
Hmm.
Which girl by now is a conveyor belt, honey. How do you feel
Baby.
a year later after all this? How things are going?
Well, it feels like it's been like 6 years since I've been on the season.
Right,
Like
they
I
probably
don't
had
know.
like 4 winners since you, probably.
They really have, and so I'm like, I don't know. Was it last year only? That's crazy.
Is it?
Um, I feel like old news sometimes. But it's been great. I really have like enjoyed meeting all the fans, um, gaining way more fans. Like I had a wonderful fan base, a wonderful support system in Philadelphia, but since being on Drag Race, it's been just like overwhelmingly amazing.
Yeah. Well, you deserve it. I mean, you killed it. You had 4 wins your season, which
Mm-hmm.
not a lot of girls can say.
Not everybody's in our club, right, Trinity?
Right. Well, you even beat me on my. I only got 3 on my original season. You're up
Oh,
there with Shea Coulee, the original,
mm-hmm,
the original 4 season. So,
mm-hmm.
I knew the top 2 was going to be the 2 of y'all. I felt it through the whole
You
season.
can just
Yeah,
tell. I mean, your drag is so polished. Like you're just up there. You can tell. Like
thank
normally when the
you.
queens walk into the room, you can kind of look. Now sometimes like for season 17, like there were some queens where you're like, she's gonna make it, and then she didn't. But for you, yes, your drag is just so elevated and polished. You can tell. I mean, if I remember correctly too, you said that you had auditioned like 10 times, right?
11.
11.
11.
11.
But you
11.
know what? Like, I am a strong believer because I've auditioned that many times that, like, the more that you audition, the more it, like, polishes your drag and teaches you something new about yourself.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
could tell that you
Every
were
single
ready.
I stopped auditioning to get on the show. I started just auditioning just to sort of like see where I was. It was sort of like just to like, where are we this year? How are we feeling? And then eventually I started realizing I could get on the show again. So then I was like putting a little more into it. But there was a point where I was just like, actually, I just use it as a barometer of like, where is my drag right now, just to check it, see how it is.
Yes.
Out
That's
of
so
the
true, though.
11 out of the 11 times that you have auditioned, was there any time in those that you got close or you got the call and where you felt like you were, okay, I'm getting on this year?
Um, I feel like maybe the year before I felt that way. I
Yeah.
felt like this is it for me, and then I didn't. And
Mm.
so I was like, okay, well, you got to be in it to win it. So then I did it again, and then I got it. And so like I felt better the year before, but like I was like, it's okay, it's all right. I didn't get it again. I've done this before. It's nothing new. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
like I think it was the reason why while I was on the show, I was able to really just enjoy myself and not it wasn't this super high stakes. Like if it doesn't happen for me, it's gonna be the end of no, girl, you have had a career for 15 years already. Like this
Yeah.
isn't
Right.
this isn't going to make or break your career. Everyone knows you, they love you. This is going to do nothing but help you in every single way. And I didn't embarrass myself, not only in the competition, but personally, I didn't embarrass myself as a person. And so I felt really proud of everything I was able to bring because I went there, I had gone to therapy. I had
Mm.
dealt with my anger management issues. So anybody who ticked me off, they didn't have to deal with the old Sophira. Lucky for
Mm.
them. Um, so I
Oh,
just
tell
like,
us more about that. Like, do you had to go through anger management because you just channeled your energy a different way before the show?
well, when I was younger, I had like, I mean, I grew up in a pretty angry household. Um, and my dad was a trainer for the UFC, and didn't always treat us the best. And so like my mom was not the one. So like she's not gonna be the one that you
Fuck with.
run around, fuck with, and then think that she's just gonna be like, okay. No,
Yeah.
my mom, she's not the one, the two, the three, or the four. She will not have it. And so I grew up around a lot of anger, and a
Mm.
lot of outward displays of anger. And so uh, I had to deal with that at some point in my life because there was a moment in my life where I was punching walls, baby, not getting my security deposits back. I broke a door completely in half, punching it, like just
Word.
continually to punch it. And that's not cute. I mean,
Yeah.
it's impressive, but it's not cute. And so I just had to sort of get to the point where I was like, okay, I need to go to anger management. I need therapy. I need to work through some of the things that are making me so angry. And I need to learn coping mechanisms. Because if I am to ever get into this place, people say, people remark about how kind and genuine and generous I am, and like how much of a great person that they see when they see me. But that is work. You have to
Yeah.
try every single day. There are people who that comes naturally to, and even for those people, it does come naturally to me to think to do that, but it's still work every day. We all have those little demons that come into our head and say, "Go cut up her wig right quick. Go do this real quick," or
I live
or
this.
Yes.
tell that bitch off real quick. She thought she was cute. Let her know what real cute looks like. And like you don't have to always do that. Sometimes you stand stronger in your strength when you choose to be kind and you choose to say, you know what, I'm gonna let you have that one today because I'm about to get mine in a different way. And it allowed me to think more clearly. It allowed me to make better decisions. It allowed me to, when I wasn't winning, to just go, it's okay. I'm still high. I'm still going. I'm still like up there. I might not have won, but I'm up there and I will
Yeah.
win. And what is for me, and I claim that. And I'm not trying to get anything from anybody else. There is enough for all of us. I live with a very abundant mindset, not a lacking mindset.
Well, I have a question that kind of goes alongside that. You being such a contender for the crown, like I thought, I mean, I definitely thought it was between the both of you. You are definitely a pageant queen through and through, had the most wins. Leading up to that point, did you think that you were going to win? Like you knew.
Well, yes.
Yeah.
I I thought I won after we filmed it. Like there was no
Yeah.
question in my mind that I had won. And I was really just more like, okay, what are we gonna do with this? We need to figure out how to capitalize on this. And then it didn't happen. I was like, okay, it's okay. We can figure this out. And I'm like really good. You know what I mean? I'm
Yeah.
still performing all the time. I have more than three, four, five. I have so many talents I can't count them. So I will always work.
Well, it has nothing to do with winning or not, girl. Like if you're talented and you're
Exactly.
you're good.
And good with people.
Yeah, you don't have to win, girl. I've done the show 3 times and only half won once. So I've constantly worked. So it does not matter if you win or not. I do have another follow up question. When they announced you as one of the winners of Miss Congeniality, in your mind, did you be like, oh, they just got me, gal?
No. They
Really?
Yeah, this is the common question. Did you know when they gave you congeniality? When they gave me congeniality, it made sense. I was that girl for a lot of people in this. And the other thing about it is we vote for congeniality. Like, and
Oh,
they didn't we didn't vote, we voted as we left. So as we
mm,
left, we voted for Miss Congeniality. So they didn't know who placed where. They just
yeah.
knew, okay, I liked her the best, or she was the most congenial to me. I'm gonna put her name. So like it was kind of the most blind congenial vote that you could have, and the most fair, if there was one. And I mean, if they did do it for this reason, then it does make sense. But I don't think they did. I think that they were like, I
It
still
just
think
so
that
happened.
I think it so happened. And I'll be honest, I was a very, very, very kind, generous, genuine soul there. I enjoyed every single person from the cast team to the producers to Rue to our cast. I just enjoy, to the camera person, to Jamal, the sound person, to everybody. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I just enjoyed everyone, and I don't think that um I wasn't surprised to get congeniality, and it didn't make me think, "Oh shit, they're not going to give me the crown." I just thought I'm the first girl to win the first girl in America to win three challenges in a row. I'm gonna be the first girl in America to win congeniality and the crown. I'm gonna be, I just saw abundance for me. I like I said,
Yeah.
I don't even, I don't see conspiracies at all.
Well, girl, now
I mean,
you
I
know.
agree. I really think too, like you said, auditioning so many times, and then when you finally get there, you're like, I'm just here for the ride. Like I'm gonna put my best foot forward, and it shows because, like you said, you're being nice to everybody because you're like, well, I'm finally here, bitch. Let's just have fun and show my talents and see what happened. You know?
Exactly. And there, and for some, I had some girls who were like, if it weren't for you being there, I don't know that I would have been able to make it through, because it was
Well,
you were that for me. And I was
You're
like,
the
that's
mama of the
very,
group. You're the mom
yeah.
of the group. Yeah. I totally get it. I totally get it. One thing I didn't know about you, you've won 14 drag pageants.
Hmm.
I did not
oh
know
my
that
gosh.
of you. That's a lot. That's very impressive. So you came into the contest as a pageant queen, but they didn't really market you that way.
Because I'm not a pageant queen. I am a check it queen. I like to check my drag in every single venue possible. I'll do a pageant. Because there's money. I'll do it.
That part.
I live.
I'll do a pageant for some money, honey. Anytime I hear money, I say, yeah, I'll do it. Why not? I like money. And I
Yeah.
don't, so I think that's the other thing, is that I come into pageants as a competition and not as a pageant, if that
Yeah.
makes sense. So
Yeah.
that I bring something different every time I go. I walk a ball. I've been chopped before, and that chop got me together. I like to check it. I've gone to, I'll do the clubs, I'll do birthday parties, I'll do bachelorette parties. Anybody with a check, I'll be there. That's why I'm a check it queen.
I live.
Well, what was your favorite pageant that you've won? Like what was the most meaningful?
Probably Miss America. When I won Miss America, it was I had done it 4 times. It's another one of those things where I'd done something multiple times, and the first time I made top five, and I bombed question and answer harder than one could bomb anything in your life. And then I realized that, okay, this is the thing I need to work on.
Yeah.
I have no problem with the rest of this. The rest of this, I'm gorgeous. I can walk a gown. I teach people how to walk in gown. So I can walk a gown. I can I have talent. I sing for my talent. I always sing. Um and a swimsuit, you can't touch me. Like, okay, question and answer is what I need to figure out. So then the second year, I did it again, and then I got first runner up to Pattaya Heart.
Oh,
And I was like,
Pattaya is so fierce.
exactly. And I was
Yeah.
like, that tracks. Okay, cool. And my second runner up was Tina Burner. Um,
Oh.
yeah. And she didn't feature that.
Oh.
But look at her now. She's great. Um, we're all thriving. And then the third time I did it, I was in a complete weird space in my relationships and my whole life, and it just wasn't right for me. And I think that um seeped into my performance and like everything I was doing into my life. And so when I went there, I shouldn't have competed that year, I don't think. It
Mm.
wasn't great. And then the fourth year, I uh I we dissolved our throuple, and and then I went and my ex primary partner was there as well, and my best friends, and I just sort of had this thing in my head like, we're gonna do it, this is gonna be it. I went back to my talent from the first year, did that again, and I knew I had question and answer in the bag because I had done it so many times. I figured it out, and it just really was the cheapest time I ever done it. Like, I didn't spend that much money, and it when I walked out from the point of swimsuit, which was also presentation, I cleared. By the time that when I walked out for that, I think it was the theme was comic book or something like that.
Yeah.
I I had built a tornado out of this fabric, and my drag child, Henlo Bullfrog, who's actually on this new season of the Drag Kings show,
Uh-huh.
um, he had airbrushed a tornado,
Oh,
like a cartoon tornado around it, and I had this huge 6 foot umbrella inside it, and so I was turning it the entire time. So when they raised up the thing, you saw everyone, and then you just saw a tornado, and everyone thought it was a set piece until they called my name, and then the tornado just started moving forward, and then I dropped, and then I like collapsed the umbrella, and it dropped around me, and I was storm. And
oh,
and
bitch, you already spoke my
honey,
language.
baby,
Girl.
I stomped down that runway and I said, My name is Sapphira Cristal. I'm contestant number whatever I was at the time, and I'm come to take Atlantic City by storm."
Yes,
And
bitch.
right then, they were like, "That's when you won." And
Storm
from
is
the
literally like my favorite X-Men. Like I play her as a main character on Marvel Rivals right now.
yeah,
She's just so fierce. She's like a drag queen.
yeah, she is everything. She's my queen. Like, she's probably the most powerful mutant
Oh,
that
she
I
is.
can
She's a
think
mega
of.
level.
Yeah, she's a mega level. It's her and what, Jean Grey are the only two that
Yeah.
I can think of who are like even on the same level.
Yeah, I think she just became like a goddess or something like that in the Marvel
Hmm.
comics.
Yeah,
But crazy. That's sickening though.
but
Yeah.
so like sometimes by the time you get to your time, you've already done so many other things that is, I would say the same thing for Drag Race. Like, and for anyone who's ever like, and you know, Chantel, you're auditioning still. Like, go hard, do
Yeah.
whatever you want, and then when you get it, bitch, go in, play it
Yeah.
like you're on All Stars, play it like, make it so that people can just go, how did, no, where did
Mm-hmm.
this come from?"
Yeah.
Oh, that's also like one of my questions too. It kind of ties into two. So you brought some really fierce ass fucking costumes. How did you pack these costumes, or how did you get them to the show? Because everybody's been asking me. I know you probably already said this, but like, just tell everybody again.
Oh, I tell people this all the time. I'm Mary Poppins. I came with one bag, and I just shoved that shit in one little bitty bag, and I walked in. No one will ever know.
Gag. Well, bitch, I need to know how you did it because if I ever get on, that's what I want to do.
Well, I'll tell
But
you
we'll talk.
this. I'll tell you
Yes.
this, bitch. For All Stars 7, they said y'all get 5 suitcases, five containers. Then one of the girls I think said something, and so then they gave us 6. And then another girl said something about a fragile item, so they gave us 6 plus a fragile item. They come to pick me up. I have 12 things. And I said, "Well, bitch, you want all stars, all winners stuff. Each of this is huge silhouettes, bitch. So either take me or with everything, or don't take me at all." And girl, they brought all my shit, honey. And I don't think they counted anything for anybody because we all brought so much drag. But you have to, especially
I was
going
gonna
back to
say,
All Stars. You really have to bring it back, going back to All Stars. But
Yeah, if you're going to All Stars, that's. I mean, I will say that my stuff was detachable, so like I could build it back up once I got there,
mhm.
and like one thing that I have told everyone is that the pumpkin is inflatable. So
Oh.
it was an inflatable pumpkin that I that this queen this seamstress Sabine built, and then my drag son again painted and made it look like a pumpkin. And so I have a very, very strong team in Philadelphia.
We could
And
tell. We
the
could tell. Your stuff is always immaculate. Immaculate.
thank
But
you.
speaking of All Stars, are you liking the new setup of brackets and how they're doing this All Stars? No?
Tell us. Tell us the tea.
I'm enjoying it for this reason. Okay. Because if there's a boring bracket, then it'll be over in 3 weeks.
Was there a boring bracket?
I didn't say there was, I said if there is, it'll be over in 3 weeks. And but unfortunately, if there's a hunt sickening what's going to happen next bracket, like this last bracket, then it's going to be over in 3 weeks. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And you're like, oh, I guess the lucky thing is that some of those people will be back, but
Yeah.
I enjoy seeing the full growth of what happens throughout the entire season.
Yeah.
Um, personally, but I'm enjoying watching this one. Yes, I'm enjoying. Um, the first bracket wasn't boring; it was just a little predictable.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, like after a while, it was like, okay, we know what's going to happen here.
Would your
And I
strategy be fairness or would you play the game?
It's a game. I don't know why anyone doesn't want to play the game.
Yeah.
I would be, I think I would be kinder about it, but like, um, the, I do believe that what they did to Carrie and um
Nicole?
Nicole Page Brooks, it was shady.
Yeah. Oh,
That's
completely.
I think that was beyond the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's playing the game, and then there's straight up lying to someone and tricking them into doing something
Yeah.
that fucks them over, which I think is a little different. There's a little different.
Yeah.
There's very very of the times of our administration, I would say.
Oh,
Oh.
girl. You're calling some of these girls Republicans. Oh. I
No, just
live.
like some people cheat to get ahead, and like
You know what? You're right. And they have. But thank you so much. We're gonna move on over to Patreon for the rest of these fan questions with Sophira. Thank you so much for joining us for this podcast. If you want more of her, go to Patreon now, and we will see you in a few
wait,
back here. Oh, tell us, tell
before
us.
we
Yes, tell us more.
before we
Tell us.
go
Yes.
before we go, I want you all to tune into my new album, The Crystal Ball.
Ah,
Listen to it. It is sickening. I've finally gotten to the point where I loved it, which is the reason why I finally put it out. There is something for everyone on this album. It is a it's a jumper. It's a I want to sit here and just listen to it. It's a something you can listen to in your car. It's full of inspiration. It's also full of fun. And for my opera lovers and for people who like didn't really realize there's opera in like everything in some form or fashion. And so just like I hope you enjoy, let the sounds wash over you and feel the love.
so we're back. And before we continue with the regular episode, we want to remind you to like, subscribe, and comment. If you're already subscribed, you don't have to do that again to enter the merch giveaway. One person's going to win a glitter bomb wig. One person is going to win $500 US cash. Two people will win I Live for This merch. And you can enter from anywhere in the world. So make sure you're subscribed. You like and comment on all season 10 All Stars videos for your chance to win. And tell them about your Twitch.
Oh, yeah. So I am now streaming on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays from 9 to 11 p.m. Sometimes I stream longer. I'm also doing a giant giveaway right now. So the first place winner, well, first off, all you have to do is be in my channel watching to get the watch points. And then there's like a little exchange box in the bottom right, and you just exchange your points for the raffles. And the raffles will be first place winner is going to be a custom glitter bomb wig. So there's a second chance to win another wig. Second place is going to be a 3-month 3-month subscription to my wig tutorials on Patreon. And then third place is going to be a 3-month subscription to I Live for This podcast review, all the exclusive content. So stuff with Sophira and all that things like that will be on
And
there.
that's 2 different Patreons. It's Chantel's Patreon and my Patreon, so you get a lot of content.
Yeah, lots and lots of content. And there's stuff too on there, like on my Patreon about like makeup tutorials and things like that. And then the last place winner will get a a Marvel Rivals Battle Pass. So if you play Marvel Rivals, you'll get the Battle Pass. If you don't, then I'll just send you money in the same amount
Same
as that.
amount, yeah.
Yeah.
Fierce. So the girls come in on the sofa, and in confessionals, immediately Georgia says her and Mistress are playing the game as God intended. I feel like this bracket has been so chaotic but so entertaining. I feel like Georges is kind of right as far as the producers set this up the way that it's set up for people to play a game that's strategy.
Mm-hmm.
My only thing is, though, I just feel like they were really messy about it. But at the same time, you kind of have to do whatever you got to do to get
I
to
was
the
going to say,
next
it's
round.
really just about like how bad do you want something?
Yeah, this is a game. Do you want the $200,000? You got to do whatever you got to do to get to that next point. So whatever that is worth to you is what you got to do.
My whole philosophy, and I say this to people that, you know, if I hire somebody or if we play video games together, and you say this too, when it comes to work, listen, don't take anything we say personal. It's just work and business. It's the
Yeah.
same thing for the competition. Like if you're competing, it's just a competition outside of this. Love you, mean it.
Yeah, as long as you don't get too personal, which I do think some of the girls do later on in this episode. But
Yeah.
they trade the points. Nicole gives hers to Carrie, Tina to Nicole, Carrie to Lydia, and Lydia to Carrie. I don't feel like this is necessarily done shady, but it again, it does leave one person out. I don't think Tina got a point at all, and she's definitely holding this against Lydia. As soon as Lydia gives hers to Carrie in confessionals, it cuts to Tina saying, "What the fuck?" She's cracked and she's pissed. Lydia
Mm-hmm.
says in confessionals that she couldn't give her point to Tina because that would put Tina a little too close to her ranking, and she's trying to make it to the next round. So again, this is all strategy to try to make it to the next round. It's not really about who's doing the best. It's about how can I garner the most points to move.
Right.
So I think that's kind of smart. I mean, you got to kind of play the game. The next day around the round table, Tina takes the opportunity to express that she thought it was shady of Lydia to give her point to Carrie. She thought after the previous week shenanigans that this was the time to uplift each other and that it is tournament of champions, not tournament of alliances. And she looks at Lydia different now. How do you feel about that? How do you think? Do you think that Tina is justified?
I mean, this ties into what we just said. Like, it's just a competition. She's doing what she has to do to get ahead. And like she said, and when she did the whole like point thing wasn't it with Carrie?
Yeah.
I don't think it was personal. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just what happened. For me, I just don't think it makes sense for her to take it personal. It's just a game.
Yeah.
She's overreacting to me, I think.
I do understand Tina, but like you said, it's a game, and
Yeah.
you gotta play it to get to the next round.
I think Tina's she's kind of a drama queen if you think about it. Like the way that, I mean, every single episode, no tea, no shade, but like every episode she's kind of like made it a moment to like either argue with Mistress or somebody in the dressing room while they're painting. And I'm like, girl, just calm down, like compete, be your best self like you have been, and it'll shine through.
Yeah, I mean, but at the same time, devil's advocate, girl, if I was there and I was doing my best and I was performing to the same level as the best there, if not better, and people were strategically bringing me down, girl, I'd be pissed.
Well, the thing is is exactly like what you said before. Like, if you were to go back to All Stars, it's none of this like RuPaul's Best Friends race or
Yeah.
like let's be fair and like compete against the best of the best. No, bitch, I'm sending you home the moment that I get a chance to send you home, and that's how it needs to be, and that's how these bitches are playing in this competition.
Well,
So,
that's how the game is set up. That's the thing, is
right.
people need to remember it's not necessarily the girl's choice to do this. This is how they set up this game to be played. It is now turned into a game rather than just you showing your talents. It is a game.
Yeah.
It's who can grab the most points. And you're like you said, you're right. If I went back, as much I've played the game fair 3 times. If I go back with this setup, I would have to play the game to ensure that I make it to the next round.
And you did. And you will. And
And
as you should.
I would hope so, but girl, then it could be a reverse card and somebody pull that shit on me. You know what I mean?
Girl, could you imagine they did what they did in this episode to you?
Oh, they would. They
Girl.
would. They absolutely would, bitch. I have the most wins in history. They
would send you home.
Girl, absolutely. I would not make it to the next round.
Pork chopped, bitch.
Girl, pork chopped. Mistress is over there being messy, of course. She says to the group that she thought that Lydia and Tina were going to pull the same thing that they did, talking about Georges and Mistress did last week with the badges. Lydia interrupts her and says, she never said that. And then Mistress says, no. Tina did. Tina immediately defends herself, saying she never said that and that Mistress is lying, and the drama continues. This is crazy to me because this has Carrie. I don't know what Carrie's delusional mind, and I love Carrie, and I don't mean delusional in a mean way. She's just feeding into the Mistress craziness that she's almost believing Mistress, or leading on that she's believing Mistress about Tina being shady, and Tina wasn't at all.
Yeah, when she responded, I was like, "Are you really believing this?"
Yeah, I was thinking to myself, girl, not you. Out of everybody, you're really gonna believe Mistress?
That part, I was like, "Bitch, I would never believe anything that came out of that cunt's mouth."
Girl, I love. So Rue comes in and announces that the Maxi Challenge is Star Booty, the Rebooty musical. And if anybody's wondering, if you didn't watch the episode, Star Booty is a movie trilogy that RuPaul did on a lower budget scale that is like a cult following. And she's made it into a Rusical. And I thought this was kind of fun.
She looked fucking fierce too, bitch.
Oh,
Let's just talk about that for a second, honey.
girl,
When
did.
she walked out in that look, I said, "Bitch, I need one in every color."
She was moving too, girl. I was like, okay.
Mother was turning it, honey.
Yes, the girls have to divide up into 2 groups, 3 girls in each group, and the roles have to be divided, and they have to figure it out themselves. As they are sitting around, Mistress tells Georges that they plus Lydia have to be in a group together. Immediately, Mistress says she's going to take the lead villain role. Carrie chimes in and says she wants to be one of the villain's roles, but Mistress talks her into doing one of the hero roles. And
Well, first off, let's talk about before talking. She already had this mastermind in
Girl,
her head that she was like,
completely.
"I'm gonna tell everyone what roles they need to be," and for some reason, they believed what
It
the fuck
all
she was
worked out.
talking about.
Girl, she was playing chess with herself, and she finagled everyone into getting the roles she wanted them to do. What the hell is going on?
Yeah, she was like, "My mind, it's unstoppable." It reminded me of the Tiffany Pollard meme when she's like, "My mind is just so powerful; it can do just amazing things."
Yeah, I would tell you this: no matter how anybody feels about Mistress is a mastermind. Like, she literally needs to be a producer for a reality show.
She really does. Like, the thing, you can tell that as she's talking and before she's talking, the gears are already turning. Like, she's already thinking about her move. And that's a good thing and a bad thing because that bitch is not trustworthy.
No, she is the shadiest drag queen I've ever seen in my life, but she is really good at this specific game.
Yep.
And Girl, that's what you got to do if you want to move on, honey.
Girl, she did. She ended up being, I mean, she was third, but she got to go on, honey.
Girl, hello, hello, hello. So Carrie looks so uncomfortable at the table with Tina and Nicole Page Brooks as they're running through things. Initially, I think she's just like out of her element. She wanted to be in with the cool girls as she thought they were, and probably felt left out. Didn't get the role she initially wanted, and you could see it on her face.
It
Um,
is giving off like the energy of like how them three were over there and them three. I kind of felt bad for the other three, the ones that they called like the turds or whatever they call them. But to me, it was giving Mean Girl energy for sure.
Girl, this is past Mean Girl. This is
Yeah.
like sabotage girl energy, sweetie.
Well,
I
yeah,
mean,
the sabotaging definitely, but I was thinking too about all three of them sitting over there and like they're just like, you can't sit with us. It was mean.
yeah. There wasn't too much about the rehearsal that I want to talk about. Let's move on to the runway. Why don't you take
Well,
over
I
from
want to
here?
say one thing in the rehearsals because I thought it was
Oh,
funny when
okay.
Mistress was doing her choreography, and you know Nicole, she's just chaotic too. Girl, she was on the side and she was just like making little things and like gestures and saying that she's going to do terrible, and then actually Mistress started kind of fumbling.
I think because she probably felt that energy from Nicole. Nicole kind of, she's old school, so like
She's cracking.
she's not as shady as Mistress, but she knows how to combat that energy very
Yeah,
well.
she
Yeah,
knows how to play with the girls in the dressing room and almost like shake them. You know what I mean?
that part. That
Because you used
part.
to do that shit with me, but that was how you made me grow. You know what I'm saying?
Hello,
That's
hello.
how the season queens are. But you could tell in Mistress's face when she was like practicing that she felt uncomfortable. You could
Yeah,
tell she was not in her zone, and then the gears started turning, and she's like, "Nope, you ain't gonna get me."
yeah,
So I thought that was funny.
yeah. Well, let's move on. RuPaul comes out on the runway.
Yeah, so let's talk about this look that RuPaul was wearing. I already know. I don't even got to look at a picture. So for me, no tea, love mother. Think that she's always got the best gowns and the best body shapes and the best proportions in general. Like she's just fierce. But this gown for me was not it. I did not like it. It reminded me of a picnic table cloth.
Very that.
I was
Very that.
like, and like there was, the thing about Rue too is like when she wears like fun prints like that, she knows how to like, drape or like do corsets on top or do just little things to break up the pattern because you can do patterns on patterns. But like the fact
It
that
was a simple dress.
it was a simple dress, girl, and like the pattern was not flattering. I didn't really care for like the way that the hair looked. I just felt like it was kind of like this is a gown that I'm gonna wear and I'm gonna put it on. Love you, Rue, and think you're amazing, but this wasn't a good dress for me. So I said, hit it and quit it because it wasn't a bad dress. Like the thing about Rue is that she always got the proportions right and she
Oh,
always knows
girl,
how to look good.
her body looks incredible in this. It is a very simple dress, and I
Yeah.
do not like this fabric.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I agree with you. It's a hit it and quit it, but her mug this episode more than the last couple of
Airbrushed.
episodes, she is so snatched. Her skin is glowing. I do like this hair mainly because I like this color on Rue. It's like a very, very ash ice blonde.
Well, let's talk about the hairline too.
Yeah,
Because for me, I thought the hairline looked sickening. Like
it's so
on
pretty.
TV, like because the one thing about Rue is when she wears those like icy colored wigs, it literally looks like Barbie hair,
Mhm.
And this one, if I'm not mistaken, I don't have the picture in front of me, but I do remember looking at the hairline and being like, that looks soft.
Yeah, it's because the root is almost a little darker ash
Yeah.
than the rest of the hair. Um, I do like the hair, but I get what you're saying.
It's
It
not that I
too
didn't
simple.
like the hair, I just didn't like the hair with the dress.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know what I'm saying? Because the dress was coiffed perfectly. So for me, it's a
yeah.
hit and quit it.
I'll say hit it and quit it as well. She looks good. It's just I want more.
Exactly. And then let's talk about Michelle. We always love to judge Michelle because she's always done up for the gods. And speaking of done up for the gods, this look for me, her mug and hair was so fucking whooped. Like she
Mhm.
looked sickening. Like
Yes.
I honestly think this is probably one of my favorite looks that she's done with the hair and makeup. She looks
Yes, it's beautiful.
she looks stunning.
Mhm.
What was she wearing?
It's like a little mini uh strapless dress. It almost gives me vintage, but like vintage silhouette, but kind of 80s with the stars and the dots and stuff. It's a black and white striped dress with stars
You know what it
and
looks
polka
like?
dots. What?
It looks like almost like an old school swimsuit.
That's what I was thinking. Like it looks vintage like that. Yes, exactly.
Yeah, like you know how the swimsuits were like almost like shorts.
Yeah.
Very that. I love it. I thought it was a great pussy.
A great pussy. Her skin's glowing. She looks taller because of her legs being out so much. Her hair, her makeup's perfect. Yeah, great pussy. Yep.
Well, that concludes that. Do you want to go over the looks?
Yeah, the runway theme is Wild Wild
Wild
West.
Wild West.
Yes, so let's talk about that.
Yeah, so the girls had to be in the Wild Wild West theme, and a lot of people think because of the Wild Wild West, you just got to do um like chaps and stuff,
Yeah.
which you know I want to see different stuff. That's a given.
Yeah.
And starting with Georges, she did do something a little bit more different. Although I think her costume did give like show costume in ways. It
Yeah.
literally looked like a drag costume.
Yeah.
And shout out to the designer Perry Meeks. You did a great job. The quality is phenomenal and it looks gorgeous. But when we think of like a runway for this, it just for me it didn't give me like what am I trying to say?
I think you're saying that you wanted it to be a runway rather than a show costume.
Yeah, and that's that. But it was different, like the judges said, and it was kind of expected for me because I feel like this is the same silhouette that we always get with George's. Is that cute little like cutesy swimsuit, corset, stuff,
Yeah.
whatever. For me, I said that, and we're reading these in a different order than what was on the show. So for me, I said good pussy.
Yeah, I agree. There's nothing wrong with the costume. It looks great. It's very well made. The color looks good on her. I just also I wanted more. But she still looks good. I say good pussy.
Yeah. Next up, we have Carrie Colby, and she's in a chaps look, very inspired by Wild Wild West.
Mhm.
And for me, this look had potential. I think because I really do like the draping and stuff that she has with her torso area. The hat to me looked a little cheap. The way that it was, like the fabric was on top of it, it almost looked like newspaper.
Mm.
But loved the hair, bitch. This hair on her was so sickening, and her mug was so glassy looking. It's just gorgeous. The chaps to me also looked a little cheap because they were like, to me, it was just a fabric choice. But I did not think that this was a horrible look. I've seen a
Yeah.
lot worse. So for me, I'm gonna say hit it and quit it.
I love this look. I think the hat, I agree with you, does look a little overworked.
Mhm.
But I like the size of the hat. I love the chaps. I love the chaps. She looks absolutely gorgeous in white. Again, like you said, hair, mug, done. Um,
Mhm.
these little waterfall things kind of bother me. Because I think they kind of like were swinging as she was walking, and she could feel that. But I'm gonna say good pussy.
Cute.
Yep.
Next up, we have Lydia Butthole Collins. And girl, when she walked out, I gagged. I was living for this look.
Girl, fierce, different.
Different.
The details, the rope, like lace up. I've never
Shit's
seen
hard to do.
that thick ass rope. I've never seen something that like that. And like the silhouette of the chap things on her hips and legs, very cartoonish. The hat was very avant-garde. It was almost like a
Like a bull's
Paris
head.
Fashion Week Western wear.
Yeah, for me, it's just so impressive that she made this too, especially like we said, she had like a week to get ready.
Yeah.
Um, and like I said before, the roping alone, that's hard to do, especially like for it to look right.
Yeah.
Um, and this is also like I feel like this is like almost like final evolution for her, or like close to it, because like, we're always talking about like Lydia has great ideas, but they're never
Yeah.
like conceptual fully.
And this is it.
This is it. Like, I
Yeah.
hope that we get to see more of what Lydia's doing like this, because I'm living for this.
Yes.
Great
fierce.
pussy.
Great pussy.
Next up, we have Mistress Is She Shady Brooks. And I was not living for this look.
No.
No, ma'am. Like,
I love the hat.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it, bitch.
And her mug. Her mug is always painted, but
Yeah,
I love the hat from here up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, to me, I didn't even really like the hair. Like, when I saw the hair up close, it looked like one of her shake and goes that she just pulled out of a bag and put it on.
I don't mind the hair for this because the hat was so big and the costume flames go up into it.
Yeah.
For this, I'm fine with, but the hair wasn't anything remarkable. But I think from the neck up, she does look good. But the girl, this bunching around the crotch area is unforgivable, girl. Like this.
Well, let's talk about the color too, because the color wasn't even matching what's above. Like,
not good.
You know what I'm saying? And also, like, the chaps were way too short. Her hips are way too big, and they're way too low.
Low.
Girl, low. How low can you go?
Yeah.
The costume, it just, for me, looked cheap.
Yeah, even though it's beaded, I don't know. This is just a miss. I'm not loving it.
You always tell me too, sometimes like beads or stones can make things look cheap, and that's one of them instances. Like, it just wasn't embellished correctly. For me, this is a bad pussy.
Bad pussy. The little things on the hips almost look like a Burger King's crown.
Bitch, not the Burger King, honey.
Yep.
Oh, the shade, and I live. Next up, we have Nicole Paige Brooks, and she's in this like literal horse mane look. Right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I just want to make sure I was describing this correctly, because I don't know what the fuck is going on. I have mixed feelings about this. I think that it has potential to be fierce. I just think that Nicole needs to start elevating more. I think that All Stars is definitely like almost, I'm hoping it's like a wake up call for her, because like I want to see her do more with just her wigs and like knowing how to put stuff together, because I feel like everything that she's put on has almost been lacking like one thing that could have finalized the look. And for me, this is All Stars, bitch. Like, you should be having that look, that eye for things,
Yeah.
It just looked incomplete. The leotard was way too simple. I did like the butt plug on the ass of it. I thought that was so funny. Hair was a little flat. I want more makeup on her. I don't like the boots with this. I mean, to me, this is just not, it's not giving. It's not giving. It's not giving. Giddy up. Bye. No. So we're going to say bad pussy.
I agree. I'm living for Nicole Paige Brooks from Atlanta, Georgia.
I love her.
Season. But this was bad.
The fashion is not fashioning.
It was thrown together. The only part of this that I like is the belt with the little holsters. Is that what it's called? Other than that, the boots aren't Western. The bodysuit looks like Amazon. The hair is not herring. Bad pussy.
Yep, bad pussy. Next up, and last but not least, we have Tina Burner, and she's in this leathery roped corset. Girl, when she walked out, I lived. I was like,
gagged, bitch. The way that this is made, girl, the detail of this, the way that it's made, this is hard material to sew. It's so well done, girl. I was not expecting this. Yeah, let's talk about it.
Like you said, the fabric alone is hard to sew. And the fact that they got these boot covers to literally match the corset, I'm gagged. And the roping, how it was structured off the shoulders. I mean, this is a conceptual, fully realized look. I will say, let me take back fully, because the only thing that I did not like about this look was I did not like the hair. I wish that she would have had a cowgirl hat and maybe some different styled hair, because like for me, I just felt like it needed something above here. But that isn't taken away that I still like this look. I think this look is fierce and she looks great. And I'm looking at the construction of this and how she put it together. I'm impressed. And I say great pussy.
I like the hair. I don't necessarily think it was necessarily have to be like a vintage Western look.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, this is like kind of Texas hair. So
Yeah,
like it
I get
is
that.
it is Western. I like her in this color. It's dark. It I got her reference as soon as she said it. This is like if Wonder Woman went out west.
Yes, bitch. I did not hear that.
Totally.
That's sickening.
Yeah, I totally get it. It is a great pussy to
Yeah,
me.
great.
With that being said, who was your favorite? Who was your least favorite?
So my favorite look was between, and I'm just going to tell you the two that I liked and then the one I liked the most. So it was
Okay.
between Tina and Lydia. And I
Agreed.
liked Lydia's because it was just creative.
Okay, I'm gonna go with Tina's just because of the construction.
Yeah.
Although Lydia's was right there. I mean,
Yeah.
like one of my favorites that she's worn.
I
for
think
sure.
the reason why I like Lydia so much is because it almost reminds me of you a lot, of like how when I first met you, like you were all about like not the construction of things. It was all about just making things look good to stage and the creativity behind it. And that's what Lydia embodies. So I love it.
And this is why, you know, a lot of fans are like, you're so mean to Lydia. You're so mean to Lydia. You're so mean to Lydia in the comments. It's not that. It's like what you just said. I see so much of myself in Lydia when I first started drag. Like I made all my own costumes. I was really skinny and petite like her. My costumes were rough around the edges, but they were creative.
Yeah. People just
Um,
gagged when they saw them.
Yeah, so I guess because I see myself in her, I have a level of expectation of I want to see her grow and I want to see her grow now. And
Yeah.
we're seeing that. We're seeing that
Yep.
in real time because she's had no time to prepare and we're already seeing this growth. Like I'm excited to see what she does this next half of the bracket, like the next episodes.
Mhm.
It's
Who
going
was
to
your
be
least?
huge. Mistress.
Mine was Nicole's.
They were right there. The
They
reason
fine
why
shit.
I'm saying mistress is because of the fit issues around the crotch. I just couldn't get past it. I just couldn't
Yeah.
get past it.
It was
Um,
a mess.
although
just-
overall, I don't. I probably like visually Nicole's least, but there's no construction errors with it. It's just
Yeah.
that when I saw Mistress walk, I can't forgive that. I cannot forgive that.
Yeah, no, it's a
Ugh.
mess. Mistress,
It's a
honey.
mess. Yeah. We get it. Let's get into the Rusical. The heroes group is Carrie, um, Tina, and Nicole. And after watching the whole Rusical, to me, in this group, Carrie is the standout. The
Mm.
standout. She embodied everything that her character was, the way she recorded it. It was campy, gorgeous. She reminded me of like a cartoon version of Pamela Anderson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she
Um,
was definitely like, when I was watching her face, like she was doing like drag with the facial.
Yeah.
She was like,
It was great. Yeah.
you know what I mean? It was just good.
I thought Tina was good as well. Nicole was awful. She didn't know one thing of the choreography, and that's endearing. But girl, we're in a competition,
No, this is all
and
stars. Get it together.
it was not good.
I do like, the thing is, like you say, when endearing, it is endearing because of who she is and like how she reacts on things.
Yeah.
So she can get away with murder, literally.
Yeah.
But it was the worst.
It was the worst. Yeah, it was the worst. Yeah. In the villain section, I thought that Lydia and Georges were the obvious standouts.
Same.
And Mistress did do good as well. I just think she was overshadowed by Lydia and Georges for sure.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Also, the Mistress too. I know they said that she couldn't move her arms as much, but I also like, she almost looked unsure of herself in some of the choreography.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
in her head, she was thinking, and that's very unique for Mistress, because she's always like 1, 2, 1, like quick,
Yeah.
confident.
Yeah.
But I don't know. To me, it just seems a little scripted, or the show just wants what they want for this bracket.
I think she just got into her head because it was
I'm saying like with the whole like moving forward and stuff.
Oh, well, we'll talk about that.
We're going to talk about that.
Overall, who was your best performance out of the whole night of Rusical?
Mine was probably George's
Hands down.
because I just love a cunty performance, bitch.
And she has so much experience doing these kind of shows. She's on Vegas all the time.
Yeah,
So
I
she's
mean
used to
everything
doing
she
production.
does is literally like a talent. It's like
It,
it's a fierce fucking talent of dancing and performing. Also, I do love the fact that, and you know, let's talk about also All Stars. This is not All Stars is never a place for growth,
yeah.
but I feel like Georges is already up here,
Yeah.
and she's just getting better and better every single time.
Every
And I
time.
think that she's already an all-star, but like obviously she got brought back twice already.
Yeah.
She's just topping herself every time, bitch.
Yeah. And we know Georges does not top.
Right.
So.
That's why I laughed because I'm like, what did I just say? Because make it make sense.
And the least was obviously, at least for me, was Nicole. I mean, like,
Same.
girl,
Down
awful.
boots.
Yeah. Out of everything, if we multiply and divide,
Take
add,
the points.
subtract, yes, do come up with a calculus. My top two is Georges and Lydia.
Same, literally.
Okay, yeah.
I was just going to like off of performances in both because you know me, I like to look at the performances and I look at it's like a pageant. We want to see who was the cleanest.
Yep.
And Lydia was clean with her performance. Her runway was sickening. And then Georges, the costume was basic for the most part, but it was clean. It was clean. Yes, it was embellished fiercely. And then her performance, you can't come for that cunt.
Yeah, exactly.
So.
The actual top two is Georges and Lydia. So we called it. They lip sync to Texas Hold'em. We find out that Georges wins the lip sync. And now the bottom queens have to give away their extra points on stage.
And they're gagged.
Girl, it is gaggy. Nicole and Tina on the back of the stage talk to each other. Are we giving our points to Carrie to try to push Carrie in the finale?
And I love that she was also looking over in the back of the stage like, girl, you gonna do this? Like,
yeah.
I see people doing that.
They're
and I don't think that she realizes that like her mic is on because she's like the old school like Drag Race girl where like I'm sure they were just saying stuff on set and not expecting them to get recorded.
Yes, bitch. Well, they were trying to get Mistress to not move forward.
Yeah.
So we find out that Nicole and Tina give their points to Carrie. Carrie gives her point to Tina. And I have tea on why she picked Tina. At Roscoe's, Carrie said the reason why she gave Tina her point is because that night, Tina, the dress that she was wearing in the challenge, Tina stayed up all night altering it so it would fit Carrie to wear for the competition. So she gave her that point as a payback for that. And then it comes down to Mistress. And Mistress said the entire episode, I'm going to get you back. I'm going to get you back. I'm going to get you back. I'm going to get you back, Carrie, because I didn't give you that point before. She ends up giving her point to Lydia. And on the main stage, tells the judges she thought that Carrie was going to be a shady bitch, and she wasn't. And so she's not giving her point to her. She's giving it to Lydia. And it is wild. This is the Wild Wild West because we have...
to me, it's just crazy because like it's almost like it's like a bitch that went to church and was baptized and was like, I'm gonna try to do better. I'm gonna do the things that I'm supposed to do. Like I know I fucked up a minute ago, but the minute that Carrie did what she did, she was like, you know what? You're a fucking cunt. It was like, bitch, you never changed. You never was baptized and better for the Lord. Honey, you are still a cunt.
Girl, it is wild. And then like in confessionals, girl, it is going down. Carrie says, of course I was fake because Mistress was fake to begin with. And quote unquote, you really fucking tried me. And I know you feel like shit, you bitch.
Girl. I'm like, this is fucking Bad Girls Club. Like, this is like, To me, this is giving like old school reality TV.
Girl, it is. You can think what you want. You can think what you want of these girls, but this was entertaining. This was putting on a show. Everybody was playing the game and trying to solidify themselves into the next spot. Because, girl, why would you spend all this money to go on a TV show to win $200,000 to not do your best
To play nice too.
to play your game?
Yeah.
To get you to the next round. And we find out moving forward, Georges, Lydia, and Mistress move on because they have the most points. But not all is lost because Rue announced that the judges are going to get to pick one wild card each to be put into a drawing to bring one queen back.
Tina was lit up. She was like, "Oh, I have a chance, honey." Yes.
Yeah. And you know what? I lived for this this bracket. I thought that Tina showed her absolute best. She should be so proud. I thought Nicole came back with a vengeance and showed she did really good, but more than that, she won us over with her genuine self, her personality, which we didn't get to see her original time. And then the rest of these girls put on a show and gave us good TV. Mm-hmm. So I'm excited to see the last bracket, which comes out this coming week. I want to know in the comments what you think about all of this drama with Mistress. Let us know. Don't forget, before we go, to follow Chantel on all social media at Chantel Sparkles, me on TikTok at Trinity The Talk. Go follow Glitter Bomb Wigs at Glitter Bomb Wig. And enter for a chance to win $500 cash, a glitter bomb wig, and merch by just simply subscribing, liking, and comment. And we'll see you next week.
Bye.